Hello, everybody. Welcome to our session. There is quite a bit of smoke today, so I believe we're doing a lot of clearing. But today's session is also to help you invite and help you hopefully condition to unconditional love. And let me just take this around to begin cleansing your area and also mine. And here is the little vial of matches. I'm going to do my best not to do any tapping today, as I don't think everybody likes tapping that watches. So let's see. So now I'm going to use this candle to make our intention for today's session, and that is to help you receive unconditional love from others and especially from yourself, because that's what counts. If we're truly one with the universe, our own self-unconditional love is the most important. So I'm just going to begin to take this flame around to begin the fire element cleansing process. If you have another intention that you would like to place into this session for yourself, you may do so now, as long as it's the highest and finest intention for all. And I am going to blow the candle out in order to allow the smoke to take our intentions to the universe. Just letting that go into the universe so that it can help us with today's session. So I'm going to use my little chimes and do some clearing also around you. So we've had fire, and these are wind. So now let's go with the water element. I have moon water. With a very, very light rose aromatherapy scent. And some clear quartz. And I had some little pieces of peacock ore. Which is good for relieving stress, especially in the 6th and 7th chakra areas. It smells lovely. And just go ahead and take a nice breath in if you'd like to. And release. Another breath in if you want to. And release. And this next breath in, just breathe in to where you might be holding stress, like into your shoulders or your tummy, your lower back, your hips, wherever that might be. And then when you blow it out into my hand, and discard it into the earth. And another breath in. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Another breath in and out. Good. All right. And I am going to take my selenite wand and comb your aura with it. I'm also going to take my hand and just kind of assess. Okay. There's definitely some tummy issues. Heart issues. Definitely feeling that heart wall activated. If you can, even if you're laying down, go ahead and hold your arms out. Okay, and you can put them down. We're going to get behind you. Very nice. Okay. All right, I'm going to use my candle to discard what I pluck. 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 Some of you have been working on yourself. That's good. I'm not going to bring out anything for cutting. I think I can get the most of it here. Plus, we're going to use the unconditional love that will disintegrate those cords. I can't remember if I told this story recently, but I know when I first kind of awakened to more than just what we see in the world, I don't tell very many people this because they would tend to think this was crazy, but if you're in the Reiki circle, you probably understand a little bit more. So, I had what I called a kind of like a lightning bolt hit my solar plexus and my crown chakra both at the same time and bounced me right out of my bed. And all I could tell, I tried to figure out what the heck that was, and all I could tell was I felt all this, and I said to myself, this is unconditional love. This is what I'm feeling in my body, because there was nothing else that I could feel at that moment. Sure, other feelings came back, but it was such a high-charged energy. I didn't know what it was there for, but I didn't have to. Things unwove themselves just fine without knowing. And suddenly I wasn't judging people, wasn't really judging myself. I had a lot more energy. I had love to give. I attracted people differently. I attracted people who are positive. Because I can have a tendency to kind of get in my head as well and not be so positive. But, yeah, I wasn't a full-time hypnotherapist. Reiki, actually, I wasn't a hypnotherapist at all yet. But within a year, I was a hypnotherapist and a Reiki master. And, but of course, I had to make that transition. I had a job, and within that time, I got a promotion, an unexpected promotion, and a lot of learning. It's when I met my husband. So yeah, I attracted friends, new people, jobs, and I just liked myself better. Just all of a sudden, everything else just seemed to kind of drop away, and that encourages me to say sometimes, maybe we don't have to do, I don't know, you don't have to believe me, but what if we don't have to do all of that shadow work? Maybe if we run the energy and run the emotion. Just the emotion. We don't have to think about what caused the emotion every time. But just run the emotion. And then there's a point. And everybody has a different point. It's to just kind of stop and focus on the positive. How can you kind of jump over what it was that was in your way? And what's interesting was that, well, the vibration must have been high. I could not predict the future, but my intuition came forward. All of a sudden I could read tarot cards. I'd always wanted to read tarot cards, actually had a deck, but never could read them. But all of a sudden I could. And some of it has stayed with me over the years, and other things I've kind of, hey, I don't need to know the future necessarily. I just want to help people heal. Because it was really miraculous. I'm going to put this down. Because I'm now remembering that I had something called, or I was starting to have something called multiple chemical sensitivity, which is something, when that starts, it usually gets worse over time. Often people don't get over it, but it really separates you from the rest of the world. And because you can't be near certain things like carpet, and I wasn't that bad. I couldn't be around fragrances, even aromatherapy fragrances. I could always tell if there was something unnatural about it because I would get sick. And when the unconditional love came around, it just basically took that away. I was instantly healed. And although today I still actually stay away from the perfumes and things like that, I just thought, wow, love can heal a lot of things. And that was, I just wanted to mention that story to give you a little bit of background on me, but also hopefully to instill a little hope if you're struggling with an illness. Not that it's going to cure you. I can't promise that, but it certainly can't hurt you. And if you can help yourself in that way, I'm shuffling my angel cards right now. Please watch this session and investigate how you can place more love into your life, even if it's from self or from spirit. And how you can attract other people, kind of like as a mirror to how you're doing. Because that's what it is. The world is a mirror for how you're doing and how you're feeling, how you're thinking. Right, I think I've shuffled these enough. The first one is communication. communication. It looks like. It does look like phones. I thought they were going to be communicating in different ways because that's what I first thought of. So I'm going to go with that, what I first thought of. Notice, pay attention to how you communicate to others, to animals, to nature, and notice how they communicate to you. Sometimes we say something, but our body doesn't reflect it. To become aware of how we're coming off to other people, maybe why they're mirroring back something different than you expect. The second one is power. I know that unconditional love gives you an awful lot of power. It really does. Everything I wanted when that energy came in, everything that I wanted, I could manifest for and it would come in. Too bad I didn't ask for $1 million, but I didn't think of it. Just didn't think of it. But yeah, that's what's really nice about love. And there's so many things and so many people that like to kind of distract us from that. And it's really important to not let that happen. And so today I've got some crystals to help heal with love and peacefulness. And for the first time, I'm not going to use the pink quartz or the rose quartz or the rhodonite or the rhodochrosite. I want to use some more unusual ones. To think about. And really, you can use any crystal. It does not have to be like a rose quartz. It can be a clear quartz. Clear quartz will help you with anything, but really, all the crystals will help you. And if there's a special crystal that you especially like, then use that one. And I especially like, I know I love the selenite, but I also like the fluorite. Now this is a very light fluorite, and it might even be in a little agate below it. And I said I wasn't going to tap, sorry. And so I'm just going to take that through your field a bit and help you that way. And if there's any particular crystal that you like, I certainly would love to know what that is. It can be a common one or an uncommon one. But what kind of crystals do you like? I find this to be a very peaceful stone. It gives me the capability to get to that loving experience within myself. Tends to calm me down. I'm hoping that this is also your experience. Fluorite always kind of reminds me of My mind just went blank. Amethyst. But I do like amethyst, but I find that it's not as soft feeling as this. But I just thought this was a cute crystal. Had it for a while. I liked the cylinder shape. Take this through. And this is agate. It's just a gray beige agate. And this stone tends to be quite underrated by a lot of people, but it's a very powerful stone for peacefulness. It will also, whatever energy that you want it to hold, you can just hold it for a little while, say 15, 20 minutes, and it will hold that energy. So if you can get yourself to a state of appreciation, of love, faithfulness, anything, and hold this, it will generate that for you. So that's why I like this stone. I went into a store. It wasn't this agate, but I was holding an agate in a crystal store one day, and I was probably looking around, and I love crystals, and so I had a lot of loving type of thoughts and feelings running through me as I looked at all the crystals, and I was holding an agate. And actually, I think it was my first agate. And when I went up to the counter, the woman goes, "Wow, you put a lot of love into this." She could feel it. And that was, I really appreciated that experience. So I'm also going to draw the Reiki symbols. I've already done it for the session, but I always like to do it in the middle somewhere. Chakra, chakra, chakra. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Seiki. 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 Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And Hansha. Seishonen. Honsha. Seishonen. Honsha. Seishonen. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. So I'm just going to take this through as well. This crystal full of love and appreciation. I'm so thankful for you being here. And I do love each and every one of you. And I do hope that you can feel that through these sessions. And here is my small moldavite. I don't have a flashlight today, so I don't know if you can see it fully, but it is a moldavite. And the last one. And it reminds me of turquoise. It has a little rustic on the one side. But I like all the little colors. And it just puts some energy out into my hand. I'm just going to use this to begin to wrap all this love around you. Just wrapping your head with love, appreciation, gratitude. Just think about how much better your dreams can be with all of that around. How much better the rest of your day, night, or tomorrow can be. I'm just going to fluff your aura for a moment. If you haven't closed your eyes, you could do that now. As I send you the Reiki, and just allowing it to take you deeper. Especially if this is a time for sleeping. Just allowing yourself to go deeper with that universal love, unconditional love. Let that love overpower everything else. Good night.